Hello, Kari. How are you? I think that the microphone still needs to be unmuted. I'll let you know when I can hear you.
Okay, how about that?
Yes, now you're there.
Excellent.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. How was the summer?
Good,
Did
good.
you go anywhere? Have
We
some.
went home to Nebraska for about 2 weeks to see
Oh,
my mom.
cool.
Yeah.
How was the summer there? Is it chill?
It is, well, yeah, it's a very sparsely populated little town, about a few
Hmm.
thousand people, and it's very hot. It's hot and dry. Um,
Okay.
so.
Nice. I wish it would be hot here. It has been like an awful shitty summer. Just
Oh, has it been
rain,
cool?
rain, rain, and cold, and just
Oh,
maybe 2 days of sun. So yeah,
wow.
one day I'll
That sounds.
visit you in Nebraska. It's like I'm sick of the Netherlands. Let's get to Nebraska.
You're in the Netherlands right now?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
From Barcelona to the Netherlands is like I don't know.
How long are you
This
going to stay in the Netherlands? Are you there for?
I came here to study and to do everything, and then actually as a musician, it was very good because it's close to so much things.
Yes,
I have like 8 airports around, and
exactly.
anywhere in Europe I want to go, actually in the world, I could just find a day and a time and at a good price. Because I had, I think, 3 or 4 airports in Germany, two in the Netherlands, two more in Brussels, yeah, in Belgium. It's like very good located. So, but well, that was before pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. And the
Yeah.
only good thing that I say about the rain is that it's very inviting to practice.
Yes,
You
it is.
open the window, you're like, what a shit day, let's just practice.
I'm gonna go practice.
Exactly. Whereas in Spain, it's like, oh, such a nice day. Let's go for a beer. For a
Yeah,
walk around.
yeah.
That's life. So, all right. Let me get here your file, which is yes, over here. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Today, you wanted to continue the canso that we were working, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to finish up from 24 on to the ending.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And then if we have any leftover time, then we'll just go back to the beginning and
Yeah,
just
and just recheck
start
and
over
see
again.
how's that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me
yeah.
then get the file in here, and if the screen share freezes or you don't see what I'm writing, let me know, because since the last Zoom update, for some reason it already happened twice. That I'm like, yeah, here, and then it's like, what? Sorry, where? So if it freezes and you see that it's not moving the screen, you tell me and I'll reset it,
Okay, I'll let you
because Zoom is so fond of just destroying nice updates with buggy updates.
know. Right, right.
Okay. All right. So now it moves. Yes, it moves.
It moves. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it just happens like in the middle of a lesson I'm writing and then it stops refreshing the image for you. But yeah, now it's there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's there.
All right. Then let's see, from here we left off like from all these harmonics, right?
24. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
24 onwards. So.
Actually, I didn't know until I started to play this piece. People who are not guitar players, they are totally fascinated by all these sections of harmonics like that. They feel like, oh my god, you must be a genius playing those things. It's like, but it's not so hard. It sounds
You don't
too.
tell them that. You don't tell them that. You say, "Oh my gosh, you have no idea."
Well, probably I should follow your advice. But people are like, oh my god, that's so beautiful, because it's so unique to certain instruments, really. Like violin doesn't sound like that. Sounds actually very squeaky and screamy. Guitar, I think, is the most beautiful harmonic sounding. Piano, definitely, they cannot get like that, except if they manipulate the piano. So yeah, pretty cool.
It's
So
pretty cool. It's
yeah.
pretty cool. All right, well, let's try these harmonics then. These
Let's
very,
go.
very hard, difficult harmonics.
all right. Actually, this all this part of the voicing and the harmonics it was very, very good. Maybe you could be a little bit less shy about the melody part, given that the harmonics are already pretty soft. 1 second. When you have this, we'll just go in order from the beginning of bar 24. When you have this, can you play the harmonics again? Look, we'll go in order. Yes, the melody in here, it goes from this. Sorry. So it is this
right here is just light.
Yes, which means that to bring this ninth harmonics a little bit more out, these two have to be really nothing. I was sometimes thinking that maybe, to say in an ideal world, it might take a little bit more work, but if you would manage, that would be really, really nice. Is to play the set, let's say this as you play, but these two, like with
fingers?
Yes, okay. Because like this you can leave this one sounding.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
And then connect very well from this. I would, if you want for practice, skip this for.
Yeah, there it goes. Okay, there it is. Okay.
And I would also, I think you already do that, but in case you totally use the thumb for these two basses, it will sound the cleanest.
Okay.
And then M for this second string, and then index for the third. For memorization, I think I like to chunk this part, let's say, just with this the ninth, which is slightly before the fret, to really get a good sound.
Yeah, it's slightly before.
Yeah. And then you have the to say this, and I would just practice these three because they are all in different directions. You have 9, 12, 7. So thumb, middle, thumb. And to really connect this run really nicely. Before. This one's in here. From the 9.
9.
Yeah. And then fourth, on the 7. Exactly.
So you practice just.
Yes, you see, yeah, because coming back from 12, it tends to be very very, very distant, and you want to sound really nice and smooth there. Yes, like the hand needs to travel a little bit quicker without anticipating the music. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, because then these two, there is not a problem.
Yeah, there's not a problem.
Yeah. So from here. To get the.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
But voicing wise, you do already really, really nice. So I'll write here. This one's very soft. Okay. And maybe I'll write here also. Practice without this, to focus on melody. Saving image. Melody flow. And the last one that should be kind of soft is this. Now the tricky part is this should be able to ring quite a while, right?
Okay.
So you need to find the right dynamic to start this blue harmonic section, so that you don't arrive the and then there's no note, basically. Yeah. But not too aggressive. It sounds ta 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 like this, because then you kill a little bit the charm of the harmonics. It's like, why is she mad suddenly? Okay, so let's see. Let's try this part. Let's say until here. Let's see if you can get. Because then in this arpeggio you can reset a little bit the dynamics. And then a very natural way to go about it is this there's a little bit of condensation here, tiny speed up in there. Yes,
Okay.
like it's not beep beep pa pa beep pa pum, but a little bit ti 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 ta ta ti ta ta. If I subdivide really very much, ti 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 ta ti ti ta 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 ta. See that it goes like a little bit softer. So a little bit accelerando, but really wisely, like you did with a ponce, with taste, not like hysterical accelerando.
Okay. And then when I hit this, and this gets softer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that one is, you can hear.
Yeah, here as it kind of resets a little bit the dynamic, because the whole texture of harmonic, of course, disappears because all this is fretted. So in fact, if you happen to be like really in too much piano, you want to get away from it, you can hit this D a little bit, how to say, harder, and just make a little bit more diminuendo, and then you get back into your, let's say, your comfort dynamic zone. Okay. So it is not too bothering if you go like, there is really plenty of space to work in there. This is quite, I play quite loud.
Yep,
it depends on how much fade out effect you want to give, because if you stay very soft, it's almost very, very soft, like very, very shy. So it depends on how you feel about it, really. I think for my feeling, I prefer to maybe give a tiny bit of push, otherwise it doesn't really go.
Yeah, I agree.
So here you can just how could I put this? I don't want to put like play loud, because it's not about playing loud, but you get the point.
I get the point.
Yeah.
I play the first one so that you can hear it, but it doesn't have to be punched. It just has to be present.
Yes, the whole magic in this kind of thing is the fade out that you create. So if you play the D loud and the rest, then it's gonna come across like very insensitive. But if you play this rather loud, but the other two are very, very much in diminuendo, then you give the feeling like, oh wow, the dynamics are like, it's really big, like there's a lot of range, because we hear these notes dying off very consequently and very sharply. Okay, continue. Then one thing. This last harmonic you play like very very well in here, like just a kind of bow as an ornament, and then from here the next phrase restarts, right? In that case, maybe you want to use your index finger of the left hand to actually stop any leftover resonances or strings ringing. So you have a
then
clean.
go like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then. Okay.
Yes, the way I would practice this is I would get from here, from the, and then you stop with the second finger that you will be playing the harmonic in the ninth.
Not the index?
I used to, well, if you use the index also, but let's say, I think for me it was very comfortable to use the second because then you're in the middle of everything. This
Okay,
for this,
second.
this for the 12. And so if you do that, then it's relatively easy. So you second, let me put it in red. Use second finger ready for harmonic. Harmonic in English is in H, with H or without? Is with H. Yeah. Because in Spanish it's with Catalan is without, with another in Italian is also without. It's like makes no sense. Languages. So use second finger for ready for harmonic to damp previous resonances. Okay. New phrase.
Okay.
And then you have a clean start here with a, and you don't have all the, it's all kind of mixed.
Okay.
Try that. And this is a pickup really, so these eight notes are a little bit quicker. So if you come from before, remember that you have this da da 2 1 2 1 and 2 and 1. From here it resets the tempo and you have 1 and 2. So it's not da da da, but da da da. Yes, but exactly.
Oops. Which one is it? That one is it?
Let's put this here like.
That's super hard.
Yeah.
There. This one right here. You gotta hit it the right way. And this isn't this is just accompaniment.
Yes, I'm marking here the ones that are accompaniment. Actually, let me put it nicer. A little bit darker, otherwise you can't see. Jesus, my tuning. And this. So the melody is actually the red one.
Okay.
Bass, and then this is also ornamental.
Ornament. Yeah. And then
if you do the effort to play only the red harmonics, so skipping completely the other ones. I know it's a bit might be confusing, but try to read it. You'll see it's gonna come a lot more clear, the melody. So
Okay.
if you want, start in chunks. So start with the first 9, 12, 7. Start with this little piece. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And then from this you add the 9 and the 7 here. Try to put it together, these two beats.
Okay.
And 12. Yes, exactly. And that's the whole thing. So these ones in here, very delicate, because they always come like really, really bright. So maybe here, it's maybe not as necessary to do like before. Just if for similarity it helps you. But they are both the same. So if before we used 1 and 2, I don't know if it will help, but you could also use one finger as well.
Yeah. I could do 2 or I could do 1. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case it's indifferent because you don't really dump anything that you shouldn't actually. And but sometimes the funny thing is that if we have a repeating finger, even if it's a bit more movement, because it's something that it comes back, sometimes it's easier than to have a new fingering for the same thing.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah.
So that's just then do whatever you feel the most comfortable, really.
Right.
And the good news here is that as you go through this red section, you can stop right before these delicate ones, this delicate duo, so not to kill them, and until you get to the 12. So you see here you have this rallentando, and then another tempo. So he's asking here for so much flexibility. The last thing that he wants is this to sound like taka tam ting tam tam. No. So you start like in the upbeat. The pickup should be quick enough to be, let's say, in your final tempo. But as you go here in this from this part, you can really start to get slower, and that is very helpful for bringing out the melody. So don't worry to slow down, but the trick is don't start slow from the pickup, get slower later, and that's why I say practice this, because if that comes smooth, then if you delay a lot later, it actually comes nice and musical. But if it starts too slow, it's like, why now? There's not a change of tempo. Also, given that we still have some more things to go. Okay, so I can put from here to here. Molto rubato. Oops. Rubato, so very, very free, and yeah. Here you kind of lost the tempo. But when you get to here, to the 12, this 777 thing, you need to get back to the speed. That's why the pulsation thing is very important to develop in music, and that's why probably with the lessons and everything, they, with the counting, count good, rhythm good, because if your counting is accurate, if your rhythm understanding is accurate, then you will be able to reset a tempo much more easily than if you're a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit faster, a lot slower. Then you are quite lost in the field of tempo and speeds and stuff. So this beat in here, I'll put it here in yellow. This beat in here needs to be more, well, I put a little bit softer, a little bit, let's say, a tempo, and this also.
Okay.
So you need to be able to alternate. A tempo, a tempo.
Okay.
Try? Yes, present, very present. This da da da, the 7.
Okay.
Yes. Is it helpful to keep the hand a little bit more open so that you can reach all the frets, and you just need to manipulate a tiny bit from your elbow.
Okay.
Sometimes the less jumpiness, the better.
I'll just do it slow.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one? It's this one.
Then 9, 7.
No, it's this
12.
one.
Yes. And then
Okay.
the last beat. Da dee da dee da boom. Yes, this push a little bit. Da dee da dee da boom. Yes, and in this case, I would keep my finger about the same height. Don't go up and down. You just let it, everything ringing. It's all right hand there. You have maybe, I don't know if you do that fingering, maybe you could do index, middle, thumb, index, thumb. Okay, you do the 4. Okay, that's also okay. Da dee da dee da boom. Try to seek a little bit more direction towards the G, and then you can hesitate before you take the last one. And 9. One more time. You have in slow motion would be a little bit more like da dee boom. Yes, da dee boom. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, let it just happen a little bit like a cascade there. Naturally. Mm-hmm. And then the beautiful thing the beautiful moment will come when you can assimilate this tiny slowdown with the arrival of this. Da-dee, da-dee, dum,
So I need to practice a tempo for the first set of 4 or 5 harmonics. Then I need to practice the middle, and then I need to practice the A tempo, and then I need to practice weaving in and out of all of that. I remember that.
Yes, you have a core tempo, let's say, which is the piece of the tempo. If you take this tempo or very slow, so these subdivisions are your main tempo, no? This would be your tempo. In the beginning, first focus on the voicing, so to bring out the red part and really have in a second layer what is not melody. So when you play without thinking, that your fingers are already trained to hit harder where they should. Then I wouldn't think so much as like massive changes of tempo. It's more like a fluctuation. So I would start by starting in your speed, let's say, the first yellow section, and then I would just think to slow down towards these red brackets, and I would practice trying to get this, and every time making more kind of like dying, you know. And then I would add, once this is in control, because taking in the middle of a section that is very much rubato, it's very difficult and weird because you don't know where to hold yourself. You don't have this pulsation that has been slowing down. You could take from the first yellow again, and then go until the last yellow, where it speeds up and connects to the 28, to the bar 28. So I would build up progressively from the beginning of the phrase, given that is so much so much freedom musically. Otherwise, starting in the middle of a rubato, you don't really get to even practice it. And most of all, I would practice singing a little bit internally, or with a voice if you want, the red part. And when you get to the last yellow, this these kind of gestures are also very, very useful when you are able to sing them or just say them rhythmically as you would like them to sound. If you get this and you get a little bit the what you want to do with it, because if you are able to connect the ending of this last red note of the harmonic with the ta ti ta ti ta mentally, then you will be able to do it. But sometimes we ask the fingers to do something when we still don't understand exactly how we want to put it together. So sometimes just sing it in your head, or sometimes when you are doing other things, you can think about it and find the right glue for you to connect this because there is a little bit of when you get to this like a pick up from there. So yeah, that's what I told you, that is something you can't really teach in a way. You have the musicality, so I think you should really go follow your instinct, because you have a nice musicality, and sing a lot and try to find the beautiful way to connect it. That's
Yeah, that's what I've been running into at this stage of my development. That is very challenging because I'm actually being taught by you and my other teacher,
mm-hmm.
you know, but you hear that and you're teaching me that so that
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it. But I didn't hear it before, or I didn't hear those things before. I didn't know, but now that you taught me, I can start
Mm-hmm.
implementing it into similar pieces because different
Yeah,
pieces have different styles. But um, it isn't like I really do need your ears because I can't hear that. Like I
yeah,
can't hear what has to be brought out or remain softer. I and you're moving through intermediate and start going into playing these pieces,
mm-hmm.
and this is new training. So this is
Yeah,
training that is really hard to grasp, like
yeah,
rubato and hearing a beat apart from a metronome and then coming back into that beat. But
absolutely.
so that's really difficult um, training that you're imparting to me that I have to kind of grapple with in my
Mm.
own studies, and then how to like first know where my fingers go,
Yeah,
then okay, now how do I
I know
implement dynamics, and
it's
then
really a lot that goes into playing something like this. Actually, in musical terms, this piece is very complex, because as you see, too many things happen very close together. You don't
yeah,
have time to get used that you're slowing down, that you're already back a tempo, and then slowing down back again in just a
hmm,
few notes. And that
yeah,
requires like a lot of flexibility and a lot of, as I say, the other day I was watching a piano masterclass, really interesting. The guy was describing it, and I found it really nice, that your brain needs to think so fast for your fingers to react react slowly. So the faster your brain can think, the more slowly and accurate your fingers can manipulate this material. But you need to process it first. But I mean, you do a very good job with this, because let's say maybe you feel like you're still not yet in there, but you have a very natural musicality that is very important. And some people struggle a lifetime to even develop a third of what you have, and that's very, very good. Then exercises that one can do, let's say exercise in pieces, for instance, that could help you a lot to get more grasp of these tempo oscillations, would be pieces that are very much built on continuous rhythm, like regular 16s and stuff like this. Like, for instance, you might have heard these type of studies, right? Or anything like that, because then here you have long notes, different voices that overlap, that then is a long one, then another stops, and it's really it's very various, the salad in here. But if you have something that is go like when it slows down, it's so much easier to follow, and then you start to feel in power of the control of these things. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I say in this kind of piece, singing can help a big deal. And I think we did last time to record yourself the part that you either voice, saying the notes, just saying ta ta ta, the rhythm, whatever it is, or just playing the melody and then playing the rest. At least for me, I always found like really, really useful in pieces that are complicated or with dancing texture, that are really hard, and so you musically you produce something that it's it's conditioned by the technique that you have, and you can hear sometimes the technical difficulties in music. So to go over this threshold, what I like to do is to record a voice, usually the melody, let's say it's a good place to start, and then you play with everything else, but following that one voice. It's like, yeah, if I would be playing for you this, but you play everything else. Okay. Then you're forcing yourself to play this beautiful melody the way that you feel it, with the speeding up and slowing down. You can follow it, but you need to play the rest as well. It's a very good challenge to do that. So yeah. But okay, let's go to the next. For now, let's say the connection to the 28, everything I would think about it from the last yellow a tempo to the 28 is just to not make a massive division of to the point that you add another quarter note or something like that. If you have this 1 and 2 and 1 tra, and you land, and so you have and 1 and 2 and tra, and ta 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 tra, and you land more or less a tempo. So the more ritardando you make there, ta-ri, pa, pa, you'll naturally fall there. And here was when it was a little bit more blurred, the line.
Yeah, I it's messy. My transitions are messy, and I don't have clean.
Maybe here you could use apoyando, so the rest stroke for this. With index. Yes, and then you have throw, and then you can use index middle for the other ones if you like. Yeah. With very nicely and soft. And then yes, let's see here. How did I even play that? Okay, yes, here the key transition is gonna be from here to here, to the 6th position. There is not a stretch in the arrival. You have 5, 6, but you need to come from this to here. Yes. And you take that with third finger or with the second?
Third. No, second.
Second, right? Yeah.
Second. Because the third I'm doing this.
Exactly. Yeah. Practice a little bit this exchange to that you can connect this C sharp with this D, which is in fact one fret away. Well, 2 frets away. Yes, as reference, I would try to go for a hand movement that allows your fourth finger to go early on onto the fourth string. What happens sometimes when we need positions like this is that we change and our hand opens, so the fourth finger is far from the string that you will need. So yeah, and that's because we are in here and our hand is already a little bit open. Yes, you don't need to make a weird movement here. If you are like this, it's also okay, because you came from this chord, right? And so your hand is a little bit sideways, in the sense that if you see my knuckles in here, my hand is not completely parallel like this.
Okay.
It might be like that as well, because of this chord, right? Yes, when you put exactly, you see it's a bit sideways, but from here, it's what happens on the air that you want to control. From this opening, then you need to turn exactly like that. Yes. Yes. And try to get the most direct connection from this. You see that the fourth is already very close of the fourth on the fourth string. Yes, don't bring it far away. Exactly. Try to keep it around, because you already have a very nice position. Yeah. And it's all about what you do when you are on the air, moving back. You move back, exactly, and you approximate the fourth finger to the fourth string. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, that's good. From here, and your finger goes always closer, not further away. Try again, a couple of times. Yeah, and now you can play 2 notes, 2, and then jump. Yes, again. A couple of repeats. Very good. Again. Yes, very nice. And now you play 3. Yes. See, now that you get the good movement, you train the speeding change. And then you can do 4 notes. So you have... Yes. Exactly. You're shortening the time you give to your hand to change and build on that. So, but always take care of this good movement that you have. Okay, now when you come from here, shouldn't be so hard anymore to connect. Try to preserve what you had. Again. Maybe put a little bit more accent into this landing on the B, so this fourth finger. Does it move? Yes, it still moves. Exactly. Yes. Feel free to put more weight.
Okay.
More. Yes, exactly. And until there, then it all goes. It's all there in position. how did I play that?
Then after that, this is
Hmm.
almost impossible for me to go da 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 and then this weird amalgamation that I've got to do. And
I
I
know it's so.
cannot
It's.
get there at
I feel
any
you
time.
there. I
Other
feel
people
you.
can. I cannot get there.
Look, I remember also like this chord to be like a really pain in the neck. Now first, um, you really need to get this. This is a written out accelerando basically. You
So
have this 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 pom. If you think of the all the notes as if all the notes were existing, you have 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1.
1 2 3 1 and 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And then musically, you see that it has this line in here. Also, you want to have it very smooth. 1 2 3 1 2. Sorry. My God, I need to sit properly, otherwise I'm not even getting the notes. You need to build a little bit like regular. Dun, 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 dun. 1 2 3 dun, 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 dun. And then from here, this chord, I tried also like many things, trying to bring the hand out, trying to go be more sideways, and let's say for at least for me, like not having like massive hands, what worked the most is, oddly enough, to bring the thumb
thumb
behind way higher than I never ever use it here, because like this, my fourth finger gets to be contracted more.
Because this has to come here.
Exactly.
This guy has to go underneath
Yes,
here.
and that is the very annoying part, that you have extension and contractions all together. So if I go like so, my hand from behind. Let me see if I can show you in here, and maybe that helps you. Because guys with massive hands, they never have these problems, and it's like, oh, it's so easy, it's so easy.
No, so I gotta ask something. So my middle finger
Yeah.
is super long, and my super long, in fact, it's almost twice as big as my pinky. So when I come back to get this, I actually string the string on my nail
Yeah.
because I'm going because my finger's so long.
Yeah, it needs to curl too way too much.
Yeah, well, which is fine because my hands, that's just for the anatomy of my hands, but I just wanted to let you know that that's what I've got to do. And a lot of that comes up here when I'm doing these. I've had teachers tell me, well, you've got to make sure your pinky's curled and nice
Yeah.
and not flat. Well, in order to do that, I've got to curl this. This has to be like.
Have you look when you have this type of situations? Actually, let me lower the camera again. When you have let's say this is uncomfortable for all of us, because your second finger is indeed always a bit like too long. But if you have, like, let's say the second finger even longer than normal, maybe what can be useful for you is not to have the fingers too curved actually, and have a lot more, how can I show you here, a lot more space in here. So be less like that and open up way more, because if you if you open up a lot more, you give the chance to, you see that you can go, like I'm kind of sideways, I'm like this.
Very helpful, thank you, because I'm in this grade, I have to do scales past the 12th fret.
Yeah.
And we did scales past the 12th fret in grade 5, but she pointed that out. You're having too much straight tension pinky. There's lots of tension building in your pinky. You've got to find a different position that eases it and makes it flow a little bit more, and I haven't figured it out. So I'll play with that recommendation in my scales. So
totally give it a shot to move like all your, let's say the arm freely around like this. And I would also, if I need to play chromatics in here, well, it sounds really shit, but I would actually put my hand not parallel to the frets, so not like this, and tensing up here like this, because then this finger is straight. But I prefer to have a bit more like this.
Okay.
And yes,
Thank you.
and then for you, maybe you need to even, you might need to go a bit flatter, maybe, and a compromise between having this straight thing and the fourth finger straight, to like this, and maybe a little bit flatter if it's still not room enough for your middle finger.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe try first
I will try that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accommodate these three, and then find the angle that is the most, to say, the less painful for to get the fourth.
Yeah.
These are the longest, and then you can deal like this, flatter, higher. I don't know. Let's just try around.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And for this chord in here, then we have, if you need to contract, I think that might also help you, because the problem is going that way and giving more weird, let's say, even less space. So look, try going with the, oops, camera. Okay, so from here, harmonics, and the from open hand like this for the harmonics, you go straight to actually grip the guitar like this, which is very odd. I would never recommend that in a normal situation. But like this, see that, if you see this part of my second finger, if I go the normal position with a normal thumb position, then the middle finger goes from here to, basically, I'm also having the problems with the nail here.
Yeah.
See that the string is bending?
Yeah.
So maybe having this kind of odd grip, like that, might give you that space. So I'm really doing like electric guitar players do, like really bad technique.
Yeah. And so this actually is comfortable, but I am playing on the nail. But you can hear it's fine.
Yeah, if you can get the note. Sometimes it's just about tiny small things. And then one thing that you might want to practice, which is a very funky exercise but might come in handy for you, is the and something that some people would completely reject, but going to more advanced repertoire sometimes is very necessary, which is this. It's like, let's say, that in the beginning, teachers always insist having the fingers round and everything like that, right? And the more advanced you get, the more you get to play flatter for dumping things and moving and everything. So the same happens with this. So in the beginning, like they tell you, this should never happen, right? Yeah. Because it's, you lose control. But sometimes actually being able to do that willingly can give you a lot of room. Because here, let's say, if I'm stepping the string like this with a nail, I can barely push it unless I push down. So if I go that way, I get a lot more room, and I can even go a string lower and I can still get it, and even here, whereas normal way I can't get it. So try that, because this kind of the same flexibility that we develop with the first finger for the bar, sometimes that can come in handy. And some people even use those things in pieces, like Soar. Sometimes it has these chords like this, and you need this bar with the pinky finger. That can happen, but maybe for you might be a good thing to have this, this freedom on the middle finger, to use that on purpose. So maybe just exercises like just bend and go back, bend and go back, so that you do it when you want. That can be a thing, like the same way they're exercised to do this kind of movements for people who have an extreme low position. So you do movements like that to to train a little bit the inside, let's say muscles, to control the finger. So maybe you can get a little bit more room to work with that. Okay.
Well, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and I think our session is up. So I'll move. I'll take everything. I'll buy this session and review everything that you told me. I'm still working through the other one, by the way.
Mhm.
So I review it about 5 minutes a day, just
All
to get
right.
some tips, and then I take that into the memory is fresh, and
Mhm.
then I do that, and it really does take a month and more to really implement everything that you're telling me
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this.
of course.
So,
Yeah.
I'll do that with this, and then I'll come back in a couple months. I'll probably post this to the forum and then come back with a
Oh,
different
that would
piece.
be nice.
But I'll post it'll take 6 more months of work, so and beyond. But
Probably a
but
lifetime.
yeah, probably lifetime. But I'm entering a grade next April is what. So this is one piece of five that I'll be doing, and of
Cool.
course it's not supposed to be like professional grade, but it's just supposed to present
Mhm. Yeah.
elements of this grade, and
Mhm.
um, so that's the uh, expected outcomes,
Yeah.
of what I'm doing here. But it's a fantastic piece, and Lagrima is part of it, and Maria Luisa, and Evocacion, and
Okay. Oh, Merlin, right? Yeah.
yeah, and that's kind of the grade that's being
Did
put
you
together.
already select the ones that you will be playing? Or you have to
Yeah,
play
the
them
ones that I
all of
just
the.
said. Yeah,
Okay.
so Lagrima, so Canzone I'm opening with,
Mhm.
then I'm going to Maria Luisa,
Mhm.
um, Evocacion, and by Merlin, then Lagrima, and then I finish with Kinkachu, I Love You,
Oh yeah,
Philip.
cool. That's nice
So
piece also.
it's a really fun piece, and
Yes.
it's simple to learn, but what's hard about that piece is all of the layered dynamics, and
Yeah, and
Philip
creating all
is
this long
very
pedal situation. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
he's
kind of.
very, very specific about use this finger at this time, and I want you to use the
Yeah.
rest stroke it there, just like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
But he spells it all out in his
Yeah, absolutely.
version.
Cool.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a fun
that's
piece
what
to
I'm
play
working on
also.
for the next 6 months, and I'll probably come to you with Evocacion or one of the other
Sure,
ones.
anytime you need help, here I am.
For sure, for sure.
But
But
great
thank you so
work, great
much.
work. You're very,
Yes,
very welcome. A pleasure always to work with you.
it's super fun. Oh, and the next time you see me, I'm gonna have a new guitar, a luthier made
Really?
guitar. It's arriving this Friday, and
Oh,
I never
congratulations.
thought I'd ever own a luthier made guitar.
Wow,
But
from which maker?
I don't think you'll know him. His name is Goodall, and
No,
he
I'm
makes more acoustic, but he
okay.
does make classical, and so I chose him for his classical.
Okay, nice.
So I'll be getting
Really
that.
cool. I'll be curious to see how that sounds.
Yes.
Nice.
I'll,
Enjoy then. Then you're gonna get lots of practice with the new guitar.
yep. Super motivating.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, then. Wish you a very nice week and
Yep. You
have fun
too.
with the guitar.
Thank you. I'll
Bye
see you.
bye.
I'll see you.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.